welcome back to a dapper day. Hope everybody's having a good one. Okay, before we get into the DApp we're going to be working on today, I just wanted to give an overall, sentiment on the market. As you guys can see today, prices are down a little bit, but we're holding strong above 90. I don't know if we can sustain it, but it seems like, based on like TradFi, stuff like that, those guys seem to love Bitcoin and they seem to, want to buy it regardless of the price. What I feel like we're dealing with now with the retail market is everyone's, heavy into memes. They don't want to hold anything. You got the stool guy, this bar stool guy, David Portnoy. He's just launching memes like crazy. So people love it, but it's giving people a bad taste, because if you try to go to someone on the street and say, hey, what do you think about crypto? And they say, well, it seems like you guys are just, doing a bunch of nonsense. So like, that's probably going to be the sentiment. So we're not really getting that, quality retail push. We have like a retail push, but the guys that are coming in from retail are just want to be like, speculating. They don't want to read. They don't want to learn anything. I mean, if you're on this channel, at least I get into the deep stuff. I don't really talk too much about memes. So I do mention memes as maybe the platform, but not a token itself. Okay, so today we're going to be dealing with something on a BNB chain. Just wanted to show you guys this. BNB actually has been doing well recently. Had a nice push back up here. This is like from before the market started to really tank, after like, the election, and then all of the tariff boom, and we kind of pushing back up. So that's all good. So we're going to be dealing with some DeFi on the Binance chain. So as you can see, the weekly looks a little better. Okay, so specifically what are we talking about? We're going to be talking about Loop. All right. I wanted to make a video about Loop before I actually started making it. I was making a video on the EVM side, like the ETH, because they have an ETH side and a BNB side, or BNB Chain side. But the gas fees are so high. I was like, man, no one's gonna really want to do this. So I'm happy to see that they now have, incorporated the BNB chain. So like the gas fees is a lot cheaper. Still EVM. Right, that's like a misconception that people have with ETH right now, is everyone's talking about ETH, but ETH is not a chain per se. ETH is a standard. It's like it's like Windows. Like you can build anything on Windows. So the EVM is what I like to focus on, not just ETH itself. And BNB chain is an EVM chain, even though they don't use BNB as the gas token. It's still EVM chain. So okay, Loop. So guys, this is a good platform. It's really solid. Some quality followers. Let's check it out. Yes, got some quality. This guy's actually really cool. If you guys really like DeFi, check this guy out. He's really, really cool guy. He's really smart. I learned a lot from him. Okay, so we're gonna be dealing with this is called Loop because they're doing something called leverage looping. Just an example of what a leverage loop is let's say you are depositing an asset and then borrowing against that asset. So let's say I have ETH, and then I want to deposit my ETH and borrow USDT, and then the USDT that I borrow, I then take that USDT, buy more ETH, and then deposit it again, but deposit that ETH again, and then the USDT I get again, I take and I buy ETH again. So if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm taking my collateral and I'm depositing in, that's the collateral, and then I'm taking out basically the loan, and then I'm taking my loan and going to buy more collateral, and then I do that until basically the collateral, basically until the loan that I get is not too much, right? So like you keep borrowing and borrowing until you can't get that much out on the other side. Hope that makes sense. So just to be clear here, you have ETH, you put it as collateral, then you take out USDC, and then I'm just changing it to USDC. So you take out the USDC, then you take that USDC, buy more ETH, then you deposit the ETH again, get more USDC, buy ETH, deposit the ETH again, and go and go and go, right? So it's a looping strategy. It sounds difficult, but this platform actually did it in a way where it's just one click. So you can decide how much you want to loop. So we're going to do that today. So also something I want you guys to pay attention to is points, right? When you loop, you also can get more points. So if you're into like airdrop farming and stuff, you can get a lot of points by, you know, all this ETH you're borrowing. I mean, all this like ETH you're buying with your USDC. Basically, your ETH position is growing. With not you know, you only deposited ETH one time, and then you're able to grow your position by doing the loop. So you can get more allocation to points through these like airdrop strategies and airdrop farming campaigns, so to speak. And Loop itself has an airdrop coming. They have something called a Quaaloops. So here we go. Here, there's just another breakdown here, because this is pretty complicated, so it took me some time to understand. You see this video, what they're doing. You know, you got on-chain yields, you got 5x points, all in one click. So you seamlessly loop LPs, farm max incentives, and lock in exchange API. So you can earn APYs, and you can loop, right? So, all right, let's just get into it. This is what we're gonna be doing here. We're gonna be dealing with the IP BNB. And we're gonna be doing like, it's a lot of different, this is like basically a perfect example of composable DeFi, right? You're gonna be using Loop.Fi, Pendle, Lista DAO, and the BNB Chain, right? So why I call it composable, all these different protocols came together. You can see here, they all came together to create this product that we're gonna interact with. So that's another reason why I like the EVM, because they have a lot of composability over there, right? They're known for that. They've been doing that forever. So let's just see what it says here. You loop this BNB basically in the, you know, on BNB Chain with Pendle Pool. You provide, you know, Pendle with your LP as collateral, and you earn 5x yield only on Loop.Fi. So, and we hooked you up with some Quaaloops. Quaaloops are the airdrop that Loop is going to be giving, right? So the more Quaaloops points you have is the more airdrops you have. For the mid-curver, loops are delta neutral and have zero liquidation since launch. So basically people would say, oh, you know, because sometimes when you do that strategy, like if you go back to the original strategy with the ETH and USDC, let's say the ETH goes down in price, and now you need to like basically pay back the USDC, but you didn't bought so much ETH and it all went down in price, so you can't pay it back, you might get liquidated. But because with this loop strategy, you're basically buying BNB with BNB, right? So you're basically taking BNB and then you're getting like a staked version of that BNB. So the loop is a little safer because you don't really have to worry about two different assets that can move opposite of each other, you know? Okay, because you're doing BNB the whole way. They actually have a good video here, so you guys want to check that out. Talking about Pendle, basically the API that we're going to see on the screen is not the actual API. It's going to be actually more than that. So this guy here, Pendle's yields are exposed, you know, they're hiding the yield through the UI. So this is something you guys can check out if you really want to understand more. Okay, so this is the UI right here. As you can see, everything's simple. You got one token, which is wrap BNB, which you can buy on PancakeSwap, and then you can get it started. So I'm gonna buy the wrap BNB. As you can see, I have a zero balance. So you would do that by going to PancakeSwap. Oh man, yeah, I wanted to show you guys something else, but I'm gonna hold this for another video. What I did want to show you guys was this. This is all the same platform on Loop, right? If I go here, I'm just gonna go for it. Sorry guys. You go here, you have IPBNB, you have these earn strategies. You can get 13% on your IPBNB BNB. So that's basically like holding BNB straight. So this is something you guys want to look into. when you go to the Loop website, you can either earn or you can loop. We're gonna be doing the loop today. Hope that made sense, wasn't too quick. Okay, so back to what I was saying. This is the button. We're gonna go to PancakeSwap. And PancakeSwap is the top DEX on BNB Chain, guys, if you're not familiar. That's why we're here. So what we're gonna do is I have some BNB and I'm gonna trade it into wrap BNB. So let me see. Here we go, wrap BNB. Put one BNB in there. And basically when you wrap BNB, you're just basically getting the same thing. You're just giving them a BNB and they're giving you back a BNB, but it's like a version that you can use in protocols, right? It's like they kind of like wrap it so that it's easier to flow through dApps, right? Because this BNB is the BNB that I'm using to pay for the transactions. I'll show you guys next time because I kind of didn't show you guys just there. So now it's wrapped. I have one wrap BNB now. If I go back to Loop.Fi, I'll refresh. And now my balance went up to 1. Okay, so because we want to get, we're gonna do all of it, and I'm gonna just go for it all. I'm just gonna loop it up. So right now I'm at a 5x leverage, making 39% APY, and also earning Quaaloops, right? They're not showing that here. Okay, so this is a good thing here. So because I leverage 5x, right? I leverage 5x. Here you can see my total position size now is actually 3,154. So basically because I, took my BNB, borrowed BNB, bought more BNB, borrowed BNB, now my position size is 3145. You guys should just Google leverage looping or go to like some type of AI tool and ask what is leverage looping, and like just to understand the concept more. But this is a really big concept in crypto and DeFi specifically. A lot of like leverage is going on in DeFi. You might hear that word a lot. Some people look at leverage like margin trading, which is also, you can get leverage like 100x leverage on a trade, but this is a little different. This is like a loop. So okay, let's go for it just to show you guys my balance. Let's see what these gas fees are looking like now that we're on BNB Chain. Okay. Nice. See, whoa, way better. I think I don't want to say what the ETH one was, but you could add a few zeros in, so it was crazy. But BNB paying paying 3 cents for this transaction, which is amazing. Okay, now it asked me to increase the slippage, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change this to 2.5. Maybe that would work. Okay, had to tell him how much. Okay, boom, everything's the same. Sorry guys, just doing this in real time so you guys can see the process as I'm going through it. So be sure, if you guys are looping a lot or going too much leverage, be sure to add the slippage. Okay, now this makes more sense. 250, that makes sense because I'm doing a lot of transactions in this transaction. So I guess that slippage needed to go up so that it can actually do the transaction. So let's see if this goes through now. Okay, boom, it worked. Okay, so guys, remember, increase your slippage. Yeah, I paid 250, but that's nothing, right? Okay, and loan to value 80%. All these things, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I know everything going on here. I'm not 100% sure. That's why if you guys really want to like get a deep dive, be sure to come back and check out this video here. I'll leave the link to Loop's Twitter in the description, so you guys can check that out. But I see I'm gonna be making $248, $42. I'm getting this 38% APY. I'm getting some points. It's not showing yet, but everything's looking good, you know. And like, you're not always gonna understand everything because you're not like some guru and like some infinite mind individual. Sometimes you just have to understand the basics and learn as you go. So if you want to like start with a smaller amount or less leverage, maybe you can go half, you can go like 5x or 2x or something like that, 3x, to help you better understand what's going on. Go for it. But what I will say is there is, $3 million. So it's telling me I have a debt, all these things. I'm really not 100% sure. But like I said, I'm going to be earning Pendle, which is great. And I'm also going to be getting some Quaaloops, which is also good. So be sure to check this one out, guys. Like I said, it's a little more complex than some of my other videos, but I did want to show you guys this platform because the ability to do what I just explained, like, leverage Loop in like a way where it's one click, like you just saw me do a one click and get to leverage my BNB up. That's actually dope. Like I'm getting 5x leverage on my BNB right now, and I clicked one button. Usually that's a manual process that you have to go through. So this is kind of like some really innovative. This is a really innovative dApp. It's making this process really user friendly. So I would say get comfortable with this, even if you want to put $20 or $30 in here and just see how it goes and study it and learn, guys, because this is the future. DeFi is the future of finance. All these TradFi guys are coming on chain. You got BlackRock, you got all these people. Of course they're doing the ETFs now, but they're also coming on chain in real time. So I don't want to go through all of that right now, but you guys should be familiar. You can Google like BlackRock Pendle Fund, and go from there. I said I wouldn't do it, but if you guys are still here and you want to learn about what I'm talking about, let's see. Right here, BlackRock's 542 million Pendle fund is overwhelmingly on Ethereum. So just show you guys, BlackRock is on Ethereum. You guys should be too. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll get back to you guys later.